All right, we are back to finish this little guy up, or parts of him. Okay, so what I've decided for the cover is to use this. This is part of the graphics that come in the kit from my porch prints. So I'm just going to glue it down. And then we'll move on to the laces. And another reason why I'm doing this kind of like step by step is I don't know if you remember back to a couple of videos ago, I was asked like, where do you start? So that's one thing that I wanted to do, was kind of do a step by step, at least generically enough that this lady can kind of get an idea of where I start. So then I'm going to just kind of do that, and I might do that for a couple more videos. So I decided on this lace, and instead of putting it under or sewing on, because obviously this chipboard is really thick, I'm just gluing it on. And I think for that I'm going to use Fabri-Tac. So yeah, I'm going to put my thing back in here. Did I try that little thing? I don't know. I've seen this trick by a couple of YouTubers on how to do it to where your Fabri-Tac doesn't like goober up. So I'm gonna give it a whirl and we'll see. We'll see if that works. I don't know if it will. We'll see. All right, so then obviously I want this to line up. So I'm going to take and make as straight a line as I can here, down. Decide on which side is the right side of the lace, and then put it in here and light it up with my blue. That's pretty well. Okay, and then with this, obviously it's not really a rounded lace, so there's gonna be a break in there, and you'll see it in a minute. And I'm okay with it being in a break like that. I actually, when I was putting it all together before the video, I was kind of looking at it, and I think I kind of like it that way. And I still, even over a week later, still have black ink hanging around. And it's not from a lack of scrubbing, because boy have I. And I've even used like Clorox cleanup and all kinds of stuff cleaning the bathrooms, and it's still, that red and black is just hanging on. All right. So I'm going to let that dry, and then I'm going to show you some of the ephemera pieces that come in this kit. Okay, so there's this little pocket here, and I haven't glued it down yet because I wasn't quite sure how I wanted to do it. I may end up trimming this back piece off. I'm not sure yet. And then there are these little page tabs, and 4 of them come in the kit. Okay, and then she sends a free gift, and I honestly can't remember if it was part of this kit or it's kind of like a thank you. And I can't remember if it was, I ordered some of her Christmas ones too, and I can't remember, I'm sorry, which, if it came with the Christmas kits or if they came with this particular kit here. So yeah, there's a good variety, a couple of pages of just tags. So that works good for me because I love tags. So what I did here is I did the gray to kind of already match her gray distress ink, and I think it's called Soot. Nope, Hickory Smoke. So I just went ahead and edged it out again in the Hickory Smoke, and then I took the blue that we've been using here. So it's a little bit different. I don't know if the camera will pick up the different blues or not. It's a little bit different, but I still like it enough. So these will be our extra cards, and like I said, those come in the free part of it. So then these also come in here, and I didn't cut them apart because I saw on, I believe it was Cindy, is it Buckhalter? But it's Books by Burks, I believe. She made a cool little belly band with these without cutting them apart, and I loved it. I'm pretty sure it was her. If it wasn't her, it was Brenda over at Foxy's Designs, maybe. Foxy's something. Foxy's Creations, maybe. I'm not sure. Anyways, I will double check on that and maybe in next video. And so this tag pack does come in the kit. So it's just got some phrases out of the Bible. So I thought those were pretty cool. And then here's some extra journaling cards there. And then here's some of the other tags that come in that one. Yeah, so you get really quite a bit. And it's pretty consistent throughout with the graphics and with them. So I'm going to go ahead and flip through this really quick so you can see the graphics. And I think I told you last video that I used, this particular one has the discontinued scrapbook paper. So remember, we did this, and then it flips out. Okay, so this is one of the papers in the kit. Let me double check that I'm in frame here. Yeah, okay. So, and then these are some of my dyed papers. So I'm going to flip kind of quickly through them, not the graphics, but just like my dyed papers. So this is another page that comes in it. And then she has so many in there that you can back them, like when you double side print, there's all kinds of different backgrounds that you can add to them. And I guess I used the same background on several of them, and for me it didn't seem like it was redundant at all. So they very much go with each other, which, I mean, I know you would kind of expect that from a kit, but it really does. It flows nicely, because I could have used, instead of this background, I could have used this one again. And it, so I love the simplicity and the beauty of it. Okay, so then the middle signature, this is the same graphic that's on the cover up here. I just thought that was pretty, and it mixed with the blues really well. And stunning roses. And then I just decided a whole journaling, like both sides are journaling. All four, or well, actually not all four, but you get what I'm trying to say. And then this beautiful rose here. Another journaling page there. And another beautiful bird here. Okay, and then the third signature, remember it pops open this way. Gorgeous roses. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, and I didn't bring them all over. Obviously, this kit doesn't have a lot of pockets, right? Oh, and I forgot to show you the envelopes. Okay, so, and it comes with 4 envelopes. There's this one, this one, this one, and then this little small one. Okay, and lately what I've been trying to do is use all of the scraps in it too. Like, this one obviously goes for the other journal, but I want to use all of this. And so I think what I've decided for this journal is most of these I'm going to make into like really small tags. And like, see if I cut this down, it'll fit right in there, you know? So I think that's what I'm going to do for some of the decorating. But I also wanted to show this lady too, kind of how you can decorate a little bit with just super simple little things. Like I am going to be primarily using, and I guess that's one thing that I do is I like to decorate with like the same laces throughout the journal. So like, since I have this on the cover, I might use a couple of different little laces, but I'm going to just pretty much use this one for this journal. And then when we go back to the other one, I'm going to go ahead and use that, use a different lace, or maybe I decide I like that, the way that lace looks there too. So easy ways to decorate is, it doesn't have to be hard. So again, I'm going to use the Fabri-Tac on this. And I probably should have been a little more prepared because I'm going to have to leave you for 2 seconds to go grab my bling box and grab my extra papers so I can show you the kind of pockets I'm making for this one. I'll be right back. Okay, and I think I decided to, the only other pockets it's going to have is going to be on the, like the coffee dyed papers, I think. I don't know, we might change. You know, sometimes all of these things take on a mind of its own. So then what I do is I just kind of pull out some different colors, and I actually don't think I need to go very far. I think I really like how that pink looks up against there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take that strip right there, 2, 4, 5. Yep, there's 5 there. And then I'm going to use my art glitter glue. Align it here. Oops. Okay, so that one's a single one apparently. Oh great, now it's not going to stick. Alright, well I guess we're using that one. I generally like to, when they come in strips like that, keep them in the strip. Sometimes it works great, sometimes it doesn't. Mostly because they're already kind of spaced nicely in the packaging. So why change a good thing, right? And then I just kind of try to make sure they're pretty straight with each other if they don't come on the line. And one of the nice things about art glitter glue is that it does stick fast. And then also, it dries really clear. Okay, so then we have this envelope. Like I said, I don't want to add a ton of bulk. So a way that I'm going to keep that from happening is by using more flatter things and not over decorating things like I tend to do. So we'll keep those out. So what if we, again, maybe used a little bit of, it would help so much if I bought this stuff and I bought the rest of what they had, and I should have put it on a spool or something, but I have not done that yet. Which I probably should. Do we like it? Nope, don't like it there. About up here. I don't know. I don't like it all in its own. Let's try this little guy here. I have just a little bit left of this maroon. Nope, not liking that either. All right, so we're gonna set this envelope aside, which happens sometimes when you're decorating, and then you just move on. So this one actually looks more white, doesn't it? And so maybe, well, maybe we'll just see. We'll just see what we get. Nope, I don't like it with that one either. All right, so, but I bet you we'll like it with this one. I don't know if the camera will pick that up, but there's a light little, almost, use your words, like a vintage photo feel to it as far as like coloring. So again, I'm just going to line this one, and I do think that I will probably go ahead and line it again with the pink. I'm thinking the reason I like it so much, and actually, what if we, instead of doing it on this side, what if we did it on this side instead? Do we like that? Nope, I think I like it the other way. Yep, I think I'm gonna like it this way. Okay, so Fabri-Tac out. Oh, I guess I should tell you guys, I have decided to do a sale in my shop. My birthday is next week, and so I thought, you know what, let's share in the birthday magic. So if there was a journal that you were interested in, now would be the time to get it. And it's kind of a twofold thing for me because I literally am out of room. Like, I can't really justify making any more journals until I either sell them or gift them or something, because they, like, seriously, I have a box full. I still have probably another 30 journals I haven't even listed yet because I just don't have the space on there. And when I say that, they're mostly like Christmas journals, so they wouldn't be anything of interest right this second, or maybe they would be, but yeah, so there's that, and there's like Valentine's Day ones and stuff like that, so not really that time of year yet. So no worries, it's not like you're missing out on like really cool stuff. I mean, that is cool, but you know what I mean, like, okay. If we used a couple of these smaller ones, if we could get them to line up right instead of using another big strip. Sorry if I seem a little quiet or if it's noisy. If it is, please just leave it in the comments, because I have the air conditioning on, because again, we are headed into another very, very, very warm week. But no worries about the bunnies. We have it under control. They now have a full drip system and fans blazing like crazy, and they're actually getting a little chilly versus getting hot. So yeah, I'd rather have cold bunnies than warm bunnies, because I don't know how many of you know much about bunnies, but they much prefer cold weather than warm weather. After about 80 degrees, they do not do well. They can withstand temperatures obviously in the negatives. So yeah, they're not warm bunny creatures. Like, I have no idea how people have like rabbits like in Texas and like Arizona. Like, I mean, that's crazy, because obviously where we live it gets warm, but not that kind of warm. So yeah. All right, so here's another envelope done. Okay, so then let's go back to this one, and let me pull out my lace bin and just see what we got here. And keep in mind, it doesn't always have to run the length of your project. It can be like just in the corner, you know. It could be, you know, just 2. Well, actually, like 3 is what, 1, 3, 5, that sort of thing is generally your best option. And I think I might actually like 3 right up here in the corner, and then I'm not covering any of this. So I think that's what I'll do. So, and then this one, instead of just one thin line, I'm going to go ahead and, since it's quite a bit wider, I'm of course going to make my 1 line, but then I'm going to go down just a little bit, kind of drag that glue down a little bit so that it sticks throughout. And I don't have quite enough glue to the end, so it's a-okay. All you got to do is pick it up like this, and then just finish out a little bit of your gluing there. I don't know. I also, the same person asked, why do you use so many like digital kits? Well, one, because obviously I'm on a design team, so I obviously want to use their designs, right? Not only that, but I don't know if you guys have been shopping for scrapbook paper lately, but it's can get kind of spendy. Whereas when you buy like digital packages like these, you can print it up to usually like 300 times. There's a whole like host of different designers, right? So pretty much any style that you would want, you can find. It's pretty amazing, just the different creators and everything that have them. And I'm gonna have to bring my box up here, guys, because I can't find the clear ones that I like to use. So that's one reason, and I think the other reason would be because I like different, I like change, and it doesn't, most designers have a really, like, it's so reasonable. You know, you're not, like, I don't know if this has ever happened to you, but like, I am famous for loving a paper pack that you find like at a brick and mortar store like Hobby Lobby or Joann's, right? And then you only use like 4 sheets of it, and then it just sits there and collects dust, right? Well, when you're doing these graphic packets, you only have to print what you're going to use. You've already been, like, you already in love with the kit, right? And so, but then if you love it so much you want to make a second journal or a third journal or however many journals, you can do that. So for me, that's the beauty of using digitals. And you're paying a fraction of the price for them. You know, I mean, obviously we all catch sales, right, for digital or not digital packs, but like in stores. But really, the cheapest you're ever going to get are those hot buys from Michaels for $5, right? So, but when you run out of the 4 papers, you know, if there's only 2 of your favorite papers in that pack, or like, you know, you only get 2 of your favorites. So just saying, like, you get 8, right? 8 of your very favorite pieces. You're never going to get those favorite pieces again unless you buy another pack, and then you have all these packs of paper just sitting around, right? So I'm going to break the cardinal rule and do 2 here. And do 2 here instead of my normal 3, 5, 7 type rule. Okay, so back to what I was saying. So really $8, or you spent $5 on 8 pieces of paper, right? It's not very cost effective, in my opinion. Maybe it is for some people. I don't know. So then that, like I said, that paper pack just sits there and you never find a home for it. Well, with these graphics, you only print what you want. If you love the whole kit, then print the whole kit. But if you don't want the whole kit, you don't have to print it. You can pick and choose. And most printers, you can print double-sided. And so, yeah, in my opinion, or like say you're making, I don't know, a butterfly journal. And you found tags that you really like. Most creators have like add-on packs. So like you get the journal pages, which say you already had the paper that you want to use, but you really just want like tags. Well, you can just buy their add-on package. You don't have to buy the whole kit. So for me, I love that. I love having that option of not having to have, you know, a ton of stuff I'm never going to use. And I think in the long run, our families will thank us for that. Like, because let's face it, when we die, our families are going to be like completely overwhelmed with our craft rooms, right? So I think by cutting down on the need for paper will actually be a good thing in the end. Hi, Grace.
Hi, Bo's drink.
Bo's what?
Water.
Oh, I don't know. Say hi.
Hi.
You got to be closer because I think the fan's going to cover up your voice.
Hey.
Hi. She's having a fun summer. She's my kid that when you give her something, she's like, she does it right away. She doesn't want to wait. Like homework. When she gets home from school, she's like in her bedroom at her desk and she has her homework done in like, you know, however long it takes her, like an hour. To where the rest of the evening, she doesn't have to think about it. She's done, like completely done. And so, yeah, that's awesome, right? So most of the time, but also she's like that kind of with her 4-H stuff. So she actually got her quilt done. And after fair, because what we did was we lint rollered it, because obviously having as many animals as we do, we have no shortage on pet hair. So that being said, we lint rollered it to 1 inch of its life. And once fair is over and she gets it back, then I will show you what it looks like. And then she hasn't quite decided. I think she wants to sell it. So that may be going into my Etsy. And it's like crib size, or what they call crib size. So it's like a throw. So stay tuned for that. I can let you guys know how she did with that. And off Also, she decided for her, because she made it on the state team for archery. So, yay! And she's super excited because this is like the first year that, she's gone to state before, but only as like an alternate. But this year she scored high enough that she got onto the team all on her very own. So she's not an alternate this year. She like made the team. So that's pretty awesome. We're pretty proud of that. But also when they do that, our county requires them to do a standalone project. You'll never guess what she did. She made her very own first junk journal, and it turned out really cute. Give me a second and I will have her go grab it. Gracie, go get your journal. So yeah, she's all about it. We've got to finish the closure on it. Oh, I guess I should tell you, well, it's probably pretty self-explanatory what I'm doing now, but I'm going to put tabs on the first pages, I think.
I have pictures in it.
Oh, that's fine. They won't mind seeing pictures. So basically, they have to do, what I was saying is they have to do a standalone project. And standalone means like, like it's more than just the shooting part, like, of the project. So, in years past, like last year, she made a bow stand, right? Is that?
It's a target and bow stand.
Oh, target and bow stand all in one. And then the year before, she made just a bow stand. And then
went to state.
And that one went to state. Last year's did not. The judge didn't like it because it wobbled a little bit, she said. So I was like, well, it is wood. All right, so this is the journal she made. So she wood burned an arrow in there. And then she's got the spine. We just did one signature. And then she did all these cute little charms like arrows and cactus, because I don't know if we've said this before, but the girl's crazy about cactus. So yeah, there's those little charms there. And then we just put places for photos. Oh, I guess I should probably cover those. I don't have permission from those mamas. So I'll have to go back through and see if I need to keep that or not. Yeah, so she's just gone through and decorated her own little junk journal. Isn't it cute? I think it's adorable. And then she's written in here, you know, my favorite archery memory. And when she gets it back from county, then she'll start filling it out. So yep, there's more of her archery pictures. Yeah, I think she did a pretty good job mixing colors and just making it fun for her. And some of her scores from a few years ago. Yeah, so she's just filling this thing out like crazy. So yeah, I'm pretty excited for her. And so yeah, we just need to finish that hitch post right there. And I'm not sure if we'll use rubber band or not rubber band, but one of those hair ties, or if we'll do like string like we did on the spine. So that one's almost done. Thank you for staying long enough to look through that with me. If you guys haven't figured out yet, I'm kind of crazy about my kids. I think they're the bee's knees, which I think most moms should or do feel that way about their kids. Yeah. So anyhow, back to this. So yeah, I think at the first page of every one of them is going to get a tab. I love tabs. I think they're great. So whenever a kit has one, I'm like, for me, it's one of those bonus features. Because I just think that they just put a really nice little spin into a journal. I haven't decided. I might go ahead and line some of the pages, because I will show you this. And it's only 2 pages in the entire journal. Or maybe it's just this one. I can't remember. Nope, it is. So every one that has this here, right here, there's a little red line in it. And it happened in both journals And it's not happened on any other of the pages. Like, you can barely see it here. I guess there's a little bit of a green line there too. But it didn't do it on every page. I have no idea what that's all about. I've done my printer heads and everything, but it was only those 2 pages. Totally weird, right? Just bizarre stuff. All right, so then I'll put it here. So I don't know. I may end up putting some lace on the pages too. I'm not sure. We're just going to see where this decorating takes us. And honestly, don't feel like obligated. If you already know all these things that I'm doing, don't feel obligated to keep watching. It's fine. Like, I don't know that I will be doing too many more new element type things in it. This is mostly, I mean, obviously the cover's new. I mean, I have not seen it before, specifically how I did it. I know I've seen similar things, but yeah, don't feel like you have to watch all of the progression, because a lot of it will be stuff you already know how to do. All right, so I'm going to set this aside. And then I brought my paper over a second ago. I don't know if you'll remember. So what I do is I'm going to make the kind of the corner tuck pockets. And I don't get a whole lot of fancy of measuring. I mean, I know I normally do, but I'm not gonna this time. But I'm gonna make these square pockets, and I'm sure you all know where I'm going with this. Or maybe some of you don't. I can't imagine that you don't, but if you're new, you wouldn't probably know. All right, so I have this paper here, so I'm gonna take this and I'm going to fold it like this. Okay, and then I'm going to cut it. Okay, and then I have these stamps that are faith-based stamps. And the cool thing about this pocket, I know it's hard to see what this pocket is right now, that basically it gets mounted to a page either in this direction or for the other side this direction, right? Okay, so I have these faith-based stamps and I'm going to stamp sentiments on them. And I have no idea how many pockets I'm going to make for it. I probably just made a ton of you stampers cringe by pulling them that hard, huh? And I'm not one of those girls who can stamp without one of these acrylic blocks. Like, it kind of turns into a nightmare for me. Okay, for right now, I'm going to use Distress ink, because I want it nice and light and I don't really want a whole lot of bleeding onto the back. Okay, we'll just see how it turns out. It's only paper, right? Not terrible, but could be better. Oh, now that it's drying, it's coming out a little bit better, but I'm gonna redo it. So we just fold it again, and maybe I want to use StazOn. But like I said, I don't really want it bleeding a whole lot. I guess I probably better check on time because I'm still having issues loading, and it's 100% me. I'm gonna try this little stamp again. If not, we'll switch to archival ink or StazOn. Okay, I'm liking that. And so a little dauber here. Then I think I'll just stress it up a little bit. Sorry guys, I'm really working on learning how to stay in frame, which is harder than you think it would be. And I haven't resorted yet to using tape, which a lot of YouTubers use, and I probably should. But I'm digging in my heels. I don't want to put down tape. Cause yeah, I don't want to put it down. So if you notice, this backside got a little bit pressed when I set it down. That's okay, because you're never going to see it, okay? Okay, so we're just looking for this right here. So I like that one. Okay, I'm going to decide about this one. I think I'm not going to use that one. I'll use it for something else, but I'll probably put like flowers on it or whatever. Whatever we decide to do. Cover the ink. Okay, again, I'm just going to fold this up and over. Fold it down. And when it's coffee dyed, it kind of just tears easy on its own. Or mine does, because I think sometimes I might overprocess it a little bit. So nope, I just tear it down. Oh, and I used a whole nother sheet. How about that? All right, so again, I'm just going to take it and do the triangle. Kinda. Oh well. Okay, I'm gonna have to trim up this. Got it off just a little bit. Okay, so then since I did that stamp, then I'm gonna pick another one, and I think I might try to stay out of the really small filigree ones, because I don't think that the camera picked it up, and probably operator error. But see how it's all kind of smeary? And I think it's because I'm pushing too hard. So how about a Miracles Happen? Alright, I'm going to go to the StazOn ink because it keeps smearing. So this is what happens sometimes when you're... Let's see if I flip this over. No. Yep, if I flip it this way, then we can still use it. And maybe I'll do that with that other one too. Because you won't see it because it'll be behind there and glued down. So let me grab my archival ink. Or StazOn. I say archival, but I mean StazOn. Oh, and that's gathering twigs. That might be part of my problem. Alright, so we're just going to go StazOn. Okay. And this one's pretty new, so it's got a lot of juice in it. Or it could also be the stamps. I mean, that's entirely possible too. They're not like... They weren't the most expensive stamps in the world either. Yeah, a little off-centered. That's alright though, but see how much more sharper that is? So sometimes it matters. So I'm going to go ahead and just flip this one. No, I'm not. I'm going to flip it this way. And I'm going to do two, because remember I have the other journal to do too. I'm trying to hold that down. It's kind of holding me back. That's better. Okay. All right, so I'm going to do a couple more. Let me check the time. Oh boy, 44 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and stamp a couple, and then we'll come back and we'll put in the pockets, and then we'll start the putting all this stuff in. So we'll see you in a bit. Bye.